Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to give you some background and where we're headed with our 97 Camaro. So, when my wife and I got married, we had a Miata, and when our first child came along, we needed a car with more seats. So, actually I think it still has the plate on it. Yeah. So, the Miata was sold and we got this, and it was nearly stock. It had some frame strengthening braces already welded in, it had 410 gears in the back, and it had some short tube headers stuck on it, but otherwise it was a stock car. We fiddled around with it, we raced it for an autocross season stock, and it was fun, but it drove like a boat. So we started doing some suspension, and we got to the point where we had Coney yellows on it. Every piece of the suspension has been replaced with, tubular BMR or UMI suspension. We got to the point where the only thing that was really limiting it was the power, because the stock LT1 only made like 290 horsepower, and it was not enough. Really need to be in the 450 to 500 range to compete in the CAM classes. I ported the heads on the LT and made a ton more power, but wound up spinning all three main bearings. Ripped it apart, got another short block with a 4-bolt main from the same year, built that motor up, made even more power, and eventually sent a rod through the bottom of the oil pan. And I've hung the oil pan on the wall as a remembrance, and it's still stuck in there. So here it sits. The first motor that blew up, we were actually in Chicago at an autocross meet, and it roasted itself. Spun all three main bearings. We had to get a trailer and travel all the way back to Cleveland with it, with an empty U-Haul and a flatbed. Second motor only lasted about 1,000 miles, and then kablooey. So the right thing to do is to build a completely new drivetrain for this car. So we've taken a break, it's sitting here, and we've just got the motor in, and there it is. An LS3 that we pulled out of an Escalade. So we've got 188K on it, but all the pieces look great. We're going to have the block machined and honed. Get some new rings and put her back together. We're going to use the stock heads, stock LS3 intake manifold, and do custom fabbed long tube headers that we'll probably make ourselves. We're debating whether or not we want to go with a 180 degree header or just get that traditional muscle car noise out of it. We're going to rebuild the stock T56 that it came with, put an LS7 clutch in it. It's already got a short shifter on the back of it. And the goal is 400 to 450 wheel horsepower out of this. We'll run 315 square Rival S's. We're going to convert the back into coilovers, so we'll get rid of the independent coil and shock setup. Probably do a Ford 9-inch in the rear. The car already only weighs 3,300 pounds, so we're pretty good on weight. And I've moved a lot of things, including the battery, to the back, and we're really close on that 50-50 weight distribution as well. We're probably going to gut the interior into a custom interior because, let's face it, these didn't have that great of an interior to start with. We'll do a 5-point harness setup in it, the whole thing, but it'll be a very competitive CAM car when we're done with it.